for me. Hey guys, Jake here. We're at Pear Tree Ranch and we're working with Artemis. Artie. This horse is here from the same trainer friend of ours that brought us Milton, if you've seen that series. And she kind of knows if she gets projects or horses come in that she just feels like might be a little much. It's easier to just bring it to here, let me do my part, and kind of make her life a little easier. So we have a great kind of working relationship there. Pushy, dominant, was aggressive at feeding time. When I went in to just put the halter on, that's the first time I've interacted with the horse since he got here, and pinned his ear at me with the ears when I went to say hi. So he kind of thinks that he's running the roost a little bit. Pushy, just trying to lead from the barn to here, and it was like, just get in here where I can give him a little space and not make anything happen until we can turn the camera on. So that's what I know about this horse, and we're gonna start poking around and see what we can find. We should know 5 body parts: nose, neck, shoulder, ribs, hip. 8 directions: stand still, forwards, backwards, right, left, up, down, stand still. Walk, trot, canter, gallop, back up. We want to start where the horse is at, so I want to kind of observe. I already shared some of my observations. He's already gotten a little better at feed time. Steffi, my wife, has said that instead of turning his butt and trying to boss at her when she goes to come in with the feed pan, he's kind of stands in the back corner with his butt, waits politely for her to drop it. But like, see how he kind of buzzes me, and he's set me up where I could get kicked here. And so we're gonna start putting some pressure to say, how about you pay attention? How about no? Now, I'm gonna throw that rope up in his face and kind of go, wipe that look off your face. Trust me, you don't wanna come at me. So we're gonna push the nose away. We're gonna push the nose away. Sorry to interrupt your video, but really quick, we want to make sure that you know all the juicy content, step-by-step how-to training guides, that's over on Patreon. So if you want, there's a 4-part trailer loading video series, that's on Patreon. You want the 7-part lead chain series, that's on Patreon. So get over there, get signed up, join us there, and let's get back to this video. We're gonna push the nose away. And by not blocking the nose and giving it somewhere to go, there's a way that I can help not make a fight, okay? By not coming head on at it, like this is head on, that gets to be where you can get rear and strike and fuss. So if I can just push that front end out and away from me and give him somewhere else to go versus thinking through me, that's helpful. This is a way I can start to de-escalate some fight and work on some confidence and yielding. Okay, so now can we get some whoaing backwards, right? Good. We got licking and chewing. We got some deep breaths. Shaking it off. The head's starting to come down. Good. So, Steffi told me she thinks he's super smart. I think Brooke thinks the same, our friend that brought him. And the problem with the smart ones is they could learn a little bit quick to do naughty things. But if we don't make too much of a fight, I want you to kind of maybe stay back of there. Then we get where they kind of learn the stuff we don't want them to know too quick. Good. So we blocked the nose and got a little backup. The more early on we can start with some distance. So the long stick, long rope. One, it's safer for me. Oh, you're funny. Keeps us safer, and it makes the puzzles a little bit easier for them because the boundaries aren't too tight. Got my swashbuckler stance. Okay. On guard. Give him my Zorro look. But see, if you didn't grow up a little boy pretending to sword fight and lightsaber battle, your stick skills might be lacking. And so instead of having the confidence to step into him, you might shy back, giving him room to then think he can push you. This is where we get into trouble with these kind of horses. Good. That was nose, neck. There comes shoulder, ribs, hip. Good. We're doing a series over on Patreon. Hashtag shameless plug. And we have a young warm blood filly that's imported that I'm starting for my dressage trainer. He coaches me on my advanced maneuvers and such, and I help him with young horses and naughty horses that come in, make his life easier. Good. Thank you. Nose, neck. Nose, neck. Shoulder. Ribs. And hip. There, they moved away and given me distance. And they turned away there, which allowed them to turn and face. Thank you, that was very polite of you. See how we gotta recognize these little things. That's the idea of reward the slightest try. Now, reward the slightest try has caused a lot of problems too, because people end up doing the same thing for 10 years. It's the slightest try, one time. Good. And by big picture, going and woeing, and then little bits of turning, keeping it simple here, we can get this horse feeling pretty good about what we're doing. Yeah, look out. I got some reach. Yes. Well, turn, but don't crowd. There we go. So we got the blood up by holding a little bit of a line about get your ribs and hip out there. Don't be squeezing in on my space. Don't tell me. Right? Think you can fuss and kick. Nose, neck, shoulder starting. Shoulder starting. Everything's lined up. The stick is behind the drive line. There. Aha, got your foot. I gotcha now. Oh. I gotcha now. He made the mistake of coming in too close and stepped over that rope. He could suffer the consequence for it. Oh, weird. Look how much easier he drifted out that time. That is so weird. Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it? Oh, look at that. Step out and around, please. Now, go. Let's step out and around. Oh, thank you. What a nice horsey. Okay? So by keeping it simple and big picture here, and I'm still body part at a time, still direction at a time. We got the forwards and backwards under control, which led us to some standstill. And we even got some standstill where when I put some pressure, we can get the head put down. That's building in more and more relaxation. That's good. Then we exaggerated the forwards and backwards by getting some walk, trot, canter. And then we worked on our turns, starting to balance out right and left. I did it at first like this. I'm pushing nose, neck to the right. Now neck, shoulder out to the right. Now ribs and hip out to the right. And when the horse goes more out to the right, it allows a better quality left turn. Nose, neck, shoulder, ribs and hip, push it out to the left. I'm pushing on the right side of the horse, pushing it to its left. So then there's room to make a quality right turn. Now we start to have some curiosity. That will lead to more confidence. Nose, neck, good. Shoulder, ribs and hip. So now let's exaggerate. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Good, let's exaggerate some more. Here it comes. Good, that was effort. Now that was nose, neck, shoulder, yeah. We didn't quite have hip. Right? We're disunited. We're not thoughtful enough to make the canter. Our tail's too busy going in the air. We're too busy snorting and springing around here like a llama. Okay, hashtag equine, not camelid. So we just gotta wait for the front and the back to get coordinated enough. We'll just play approach and retreat. There we fix the hind leg. There we fix the hind leg. Ah, there from 0 to canter was somewhat appropriate. Now, I wonder why we're not riding well yet. We can't even walk, trot, canter. We can't even walk try canter. Or allow the blood to come down, allow the heart rate to settle and balance back out. Good. Now we'll exaggerate the forward a bit more. Aha! You do know how to canter like a horse. There. Back to a trot. Try again. Here it comes. Aha! Okay, so now we have some going and woeing and some turning. We have a balance of right and left all the way through a canter. The reason I say that is we have the right leads and left leads. Now I want to set up for some burpees. But I want to, you can see the horses, I just spent all this time saying, you stay up out of my space. And the horse is like, okay. So he's not real interested in coming up close where I could just softly put this over his head. I don't mind. I like being able to throw it up and over because that takes confidence on the horse's part. Now, because of the work we've done with the shushy stick, I can use that to support talking to the nose. Good. So now to throw this, you can't throw effectively from here tight. I gotta have slack behind me, and I'm gonna push that bit of rope, push it out and around, okay? And I can push that slack to get it out there. Now I'd like the horse to just feel the rope and be able to turn, but at the start here, I want to get a bit of a pattern established to help some understanding of the pressure. So the one way was easier. The right was easier than the left. That's weird. The right lead was easier than the left lead. Who would have thunk? Okay, so I got to have that slack behind me so I can push the rope that way. I'm going to push it to swing it up and around there. There we go. Now, usually I'll stick to one side till it gets good. So the stick is helping me get started. Now, if I put a little feel, what happens? Ah, I'll just pull the neck back to me. So I need more conversational skills with the nose. That was your butt. There we go. He's busy just moving his feet versus being thoughtful with his nose and neck first. And now I could start using the rope slap. because I've got the stick to back it up. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Bump the nose because it plowing into it. So, hey, McFly. Anybody in there, McFly? Okay. Bonk, bonk. I can herd the nose and the neck with the belly of this rope. And then start to put a little feel. Didn't work. Put a little feel. Aha! Aha! You are smart. So by sticking to the one direction, it was easy for it to be a pattern. The horse can have some positive anticipation of what's a-coming. I like to be able to get into position. 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath. And then activate. What a good horsey. And as we get more communication and control with the nose, neck, shoulder, ribs, and hip, look, we're getting more and more relaxation, where the horse is going, well, this is actually pretty simple. I was all grumpy, like you were just going to boss me around and make me do things. Didn't feel very good about it. And so we just kept it simple. Big picture, lots of room, not too tight of boundaries. And now we're starting to have some nice conversation and success with some puzzles. Nope. Nope. There's only lava over there. There's only lava over there. When I say lava, I mean pressure, discomfort. Ooh, it burns. Hurts so good. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Okay? Ah, you're smart cookie. So now change it up. Can he be attentive enough to feel the difference? And when that rope's laying on the left side of his neck versus the right. And that's pretty high up right behind the ears. So it's about as hard of a puzzle as it gets. The rope slap kind of feeds them the answer. Move away from the rope slap. Made me shush you. It's all right. It just tells us where it's at. It's not like fail. It's just, good. You aren't ready to do from side to side. So we'll just do this side again. There, see? And he can handle that. Now, let's see if he can switch his brain to feel the other side. Let's see what happens. Ready? Activate. Nothing. Yeah, not too shabby. I've seen worse. So, more reps are necessary, but we've established some communication and control with, good. he's always better on the second one. So he still needs a little bit of support to figure out how to read the puzzle and not run into pressure. That's fine. Younger and experienced horse. Aha! First try. Woohoo! Artie, you win the prize. Okay. Pretty consistent deal for me on how I'm gonna go through and feel my way into these horses and start looking at body parts, directions, how do they feel about pressure, what kind of effort are they making, what kind of support from me do they need, usually meaning lava. I have to be the doler of lava, create discomfort, so they wanna be in a more appropriate place if they're being inappropriate. And then make sure that they feel good when making effort towards my ideas. And my ideas just need to be good deals for the horse. So see, he makes the turn, he gets to stand around and hang out. Got his leg cocked, he's looking around. This is his first time out here in the round pen, so he sees the other horses eating. It's the end of the day, dinner time for all the ponies before baseball practice that I gotta go coach for my son. Just a nice way to finish the day and get this horse started. So we saw some fireworks, kick, strike, but nothing crazy. And we talked already about how we can make effort to de-escalate and not make it a harder fight by giving him more space. So longer ropes, longer sticks. All right, we'll bring you along as we continue this project. This is just kind of the first evaluation. We can see where we're at, what we need. I'd be continuing to work on these yields till we can safely and confidently work on a shorter rope, meaning we fit in a smaller box, and then start working on things like checking out how are we to get saddled and preparation for riding. Okay, I'm Jake. This is Artie. We're at Pear Tree Ranch, and we'll see you next time.